We're just going to send out a quick invite, buddy, and we're back. We're just going to send out a couple more buddy, and we're back. We're just going to send out a couple more invites, and we will rock this system. Begin our morning, you everybody. Well, if it is the morning, grand risings. If it is the afternoon and you are watching this, then good afternoon. And if it is the evening, then good evening. The most beautiful thing that happens is that time is a construct that we created. So the beautiful thing is that we get the pleasures and the ability to branch this no matter what time zone it is that you are coming onto our lives. And by the way, don't forget, if you're new on our channel, to make sure you like and subscribe. And for those of you that are new, I am the author of the Awaken trilogy, which you can find over on Amazon. And you just have to type in Awaken, Ariel Hooper, and you'll see all three come up. So welcome this morning for those of you that have joined. It is an honor to have you, so thank you. It's not showing you guys all yet, but there it'll get to you guys. So thanks. Hey, how's it going, Mom? Thank you for coming this morning. Please share this with any friends that you think that would benefit from this. And yeah, then we can, whatever. You know how that goes. Those who benefit from it, and share it with them. Make sure you like and subscribe if you have not done so yet, because then that would be helpful. Anyways, it has been an exciting weekend. It's been busy this weekend. We have been going, and we went and did all kinds of things this weekend, but I also was just dealing with some major health craziness. So it was a lot of resting at the same time as well, and getting ready for holidays. And here we are. And I spent a lot of time this morning meditating. I woke up at 3:33. It's been my local time recently. So good morning to those of you who are just joining. And if you're watching this later, hey, then that's great. Also, we just did an interview. I will be posting the interview that we did. It's called Forbidden Knowledge is the podcast. And it will be put on our posts. So I will place a link to it later on the post so you guys can check that all out and see what's on there. It was a pretty good interview. I quite enjoyed it. They want to have us back, so we'll be doing some more. So yeah, and then yesterday we went way out into the wilderness and went riding all over the place, like way out. We were gone for, I don't know, early in the morning all the way until just before we usually go to do our karaoke time and hang out and stuff. So we had a blast, except for I was feeling drained, so I only sang one song and went home and did the early night and early rise. So, good morning. I can't speak because the cat ran away with my tongue. But this morning, our live session is called Rewriting Your Story, Awakening to Your True Self. And it's an amazing thing when we discover that we're not our story and what we get to do with it. So I'm Ariel Hooper, obviously the author of the Awaken series. And this morning we're going to step into that question. You know, that question that is echoed through every spiritual tradition and every philosophy, every scientific breakthrough even. What if you're not trapped in your story? You just believe you are. What if you're the one writing it and you didn't even realize this whole time? It's like there's this old movie I watched when I was a youth, and it was Inkheart. And it was about a dude. He didn't realize he was writing everything that was going on around him. And what if I'm saying you're not editing the margins either? You're not even fixing a few sentences, but you rewriting the entire narrative, from sorrow to joy, from storm to peace, and from ignorance to wisdom. Like, really, we didn't even realize this whole time. See, in the Awaken trilogy, The Lion Escapes the Matrix, I share about my near death. And I share about this experience. And it was not a near death. I died and I went to the other side, and I chose to return. It was what we call the return. But while in hospice, an experience happened where I crossed beyond this reality. I encountered other dimensions. And I fought to return with one message. And that was, we are not victims of our stories. We are the authors. And this entire time we've been taught we were these victims. And this morning, we'll explore the truth through science, through psychology, philosophy, and even nature. Spirituality and even the Gnostic knowledge as well, which was the dark, that back in the days, they buried this truth. The guys who actually murdered Yeshua buried these truths. And we'll uncover why. Why, and even to awaken to who you truly are. And you must first forget who you think you are. You're not at all what you thought you have been this entire time. So do me a favor, grab a notebook, grab your computer, do whatever the heck you need to do, because we're going to be holding the pen together this morning. And if you're new here, I would love it if you would like and subscribe and grab yourself a comfortable seat, your cup of coffee if you need. Dang, I wish I had some creamer so I could go do that. Payday is coming soon, and we'll get some creamer. But if you're new here, thank you for joining. So let's begin. You guys ready? We're going to start with the science. Because, hi, how's it going? Welcome. Because the science behind rewriting the self is kind of important. This is the kind of stuff that I do. I like to bring this in because the world likes to come against us and say, nah, you're full of it. It's all voodoo stuff. And I go, okay, let's go look this up and find out if it really is. Either what you're teaching is voodoo or there might be something to what I'm saying. So neuroplasticity, trauma, and consciousness choice. See, science even tells us that something revolutionary. Your brain is not fixed. Like, it's able to be reprogrammed. So, I'm not going to answer ridiculous questions. You're on the wrong channel. And you obviously don't know me whatsoever. So, good to see you. Thanks for helping with the algorithm. It's great. But you might learn something if you want to sit and listen instead of wasting your time trolling. Because it don't work well on this channel. But anyways, let's go to the science on this. The neuroplasticity, your brain rewires itself based on what you repeatedly think, feel, and experience. Every thought you think is a pathway, and every belief you repeat is a groove. Also, dude, if you need help, because I am a reflector by genetic design, so a lot of times what people see, they end up accidentally talking about themselves. So if you need help, there is help out there to get off of that kind of stuff. It's not really good for you. It'll destroy your brain. But anyways, every thought you think, it's a pathway. Every time. So if you think in negative thoughts, those are going to build these grooves and pathways in your brain. See? You just wrote a story into your brain. So every thought, pathway, every belief, repeat is a groove. Again, who has the pen right there? You have control of your thoughts. You also have control of the things that come out of this mouth. And you have control of what you think and choose to think. So you got to understand what you're holding on to, what you allow and you hold from the rest of the world. You ain't holding it back very well because it's actually literally creating pathways and grooves in your brain. So if your story has been one of struggle, abandonment, fear, or even limitation, those neural pathways deepen like ruts carved into a road. And that, dang, man, that's damaging. Enough damaging that MRIs, CT scans can pick it up in your brain, the grooves, the damages, the lesions. You know? Neural pathways deepen like ruts carved into a dang road, man. But here's the key. Those thoughts you got, they get to create new thoughts, get to create new roads. So that's where we get to pay attention to what the heck we put into our world. Even research shows, and neuroscience shows, that intentional practices like meditation, visualization, going into nature, and conscious reflection can actually physically reshape the brain. And this isn't some fantasy. It's actually measurable. Trust me. I got tons of brain mapping and MRIs to show it. See, trauma doesn't just wound you guys. It doesn't just wound us. It also becomes raw material for growth. MRI studies show that people who consciously process hardship often experience post-traumatic growth, not just recovery. Nature mirrors this perfectly. How's it going, guys? Storms even break down soil, new life, so that new life can actually emerge. Forest fires actually clear space for renewal. Pressure creates diamonds. So it's showing us. And you're that diamond. You're that diamond that's been covered in all this mud and goo and shit that believes it's the goo. And so when you gaze into your shadows, those secrets, those things that you hold back, you're not broken. You've been gathering data the entire time. And you've been gathering data to gain wisdom. Do you want to understand something about wisdom? Do you understand that people ask me, they're like, man, you got so much wisdom, Ariel. Well, you want to know how I got wisdom? I experienced ignorance. You want to know how I got joy? I had to taste sorrow. I tasted sorrow in order to discover what joy was. And you don't awaken. You do not awaken by avoiding the storm. You awaken by standing inside it consciously. So can you think of a rut in your life, a story that you've been ready to rewrite? And you're tired of it having control of your life? Because science has been giving us tools. Philosophy asks us why we should use them. See, Jean-Paul Sartre said, existence precedes essence. In other words, you are not born with a fixed identity. You became yourself through choice. And most people live as if the script was handed to them. Family roles, culture expectations, religious fear, social conditioning. Philosophy asks a dangerous question: what if none of that is who you truly are? See, an agnostic's philosophy, suppressed in early Christianity, went even further. And it taught that the world itself is a kind of illusion, a false narrative, maintained by unconscious forces. Salvation, they said, doesn't come through obedience. Doesn't even come from some salvation prayer. Imagine that. Right? What world do we live in? That is the first thing I always wonder. And what's the first thing people always say too? When you come in with something that happened and they're like, well, did you get a video? I'm like, what the hell is a video matter? I'm sitting here as a person trying to tell you exactly what the heck happened. Did you lose your imagination and forgot how to do it, use it? You're right. It's crazy, right? Anyways, let's get back to what we're chatting at and we'll hit that too. See, salvation, they said, doesn't come through obedience. It comes through knowledge, gnosis. See, in Awaken, the lion escapes the matrix. I describe encountering this truth directly. We are not broken beings trapped in a flawed world. We are encoded with original design, and we've forgotten the truth of our existence. To know peace, you must sit in the storm. See, the stories understood this. The Stoics understood this, not the stories. The Stoics. What they understood was even Eastern tradition understood this. Nature itself has demonstrated this. The trees let go of their leaves to survive winter. Rivers flow by surrendering their shape. And to awaken, you must release the illusion of control. Solitude becomes sacred here, not loneliness. But the quiet is where the author steps back and from the character and sees the story clearly. You know, Carl Jung said, until you make unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. See, your shadows, the parts you rejected, fear, or suppress, aren't enemies. They're unintegrated chapters. And psychology shows us that healing doesn't come from erasing pain, but from reframing meaning. Cognitive behavior therapy proves we can rewrite limiting beliefs. Positive psychology shows that resilience grows through adversity. And even the placebo study reveals that something profound, that belief alters biology. And this is where manifestation stops being magical. Thinking and becoming conscious is authorship. See, in Awaken, my hospice experience, what it did is strip me of the illusion. Fear dissolved, identity collapsed, and what remained was awareness. See, you're not your story. You're the one who's been witnessing it the whole time. Let's close your eyes with me for a second. And bring up a current struggle now. And now ask yourself this question. What is this teaching me about who I am becoming? See, that shift, that authorship, cycles oneness and letting go. Nature teaches what religion often forgets. Nothing clings forever, you guys. Birth, death, renewal. Indigenous traditions understood this deeply. Humans are participating and participants in the web of life, not rulers over it. And in my experience of near death, I witnessed realities where separation dissolved. And what we call self was a wave in a large ocean. I was never separate from the ocean. I was the ocean. Spirituality is not belief, it's direct experience. Hercules said, no one steps in the same river twice, because you are not the same person you were 5 minutes ago. To awaken means forget the ego's name, become dust in the wind, not erased but free. Gnosticism teaches that salvation comes through remembering. Christianity speaks of returning home. Buddhism speaks of awakening from suffering. Islam speaks of inner struggle. Taoism speaks of effortless flow. Different languages, same truth. You are not fallen, you are asleep. In Return to Eden, I describe Eden not as a place, but a state of consciousness, a state of understanding. Religion becomes dangerous when it eternalizes authority. It becomes liberating when it points inward, because thy kingdom is within. And the pen has always been in your hands. So this morning we've talked through science. We talked through psychology, philosophy, nature, spirituality, the Gnosis truth. So to awaken, you must forget. To know joy, you must taste sorrow. And to understand peace, you must sit in the storm. And to gain wisdom, you must experience ignorance. You are the author. Rewrite consciously. And if this resonates, explore my Awaken series. Go out on Amazon, type in Awaken Ariel Hooper, and look into the deeper initiation of what I've been teaching. What's been shifting you this morning? What chapters of your life are you rewriting? Are you starting now? And if you wish to share, please do. Zena, are you getting comfortable as heck? Are you getting comfortable as heck, girl? You're sitting there by that heater, rolling around. You can come say hi? You want to say hi to people this morning? Come on up here, beautiful girl. How you doing? We got the Princess Leia ear going on. Hi. We got London behind here. He said hi this morning. We got Miss Zena. Going in for snuggles. You say hi? You say hi? You see your eyes? What you doing? Sometimes you just need loving, don't you? Yeah. Sometimes she just needs a loving. I don't discuss my family on here. But thanks for asking anyways. I'll discuss my fur family. Right? Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I've experienced the rewriting of my mind. It really works. The plasticity of our brain is why we can renew our mind 100%. 100%, baby. 100%. Oh my gosh, you're just so cute. You're so cute. Okay, you gotta take your meds. So what's people got planned for the holidays? There we go. Oh, you gonna walk away now? Sweetheart, you gotta take your meds. Yeah, she's a happy dog. Come here and take your meds. Come on. You gotta take your meds. I know, come on. I've done psilocybin and stuff like that, but I don't really do any of that now. I don't really need to. But I do use Mary Jane. There you go. I think once in a blue moon I'll have a microdose mushroom. That's about it. Come here. Come here. But they're helpful tools. I mean, for some, they're definitely helpful tools. I did Bufo, ayahuasca. Yeah. I was a part of a bunch of different studies and stuff and research too. All of mine that were done through medical, which was pretty amazing. So with the medical, which was nice, is that you get good quality, and yeah. Wow, ayahuasca had shamans, but they still did it medically because just before I was in hospice, I did it during palliative. But yeah, I did all that stuff, journey, a lot of that beforehand. I did a little bit afterwards, and then just became a point in my life, where you're just, I don't know, you don't feel like you really need those things anymore. You get to a different state. You have that in meditation, you have that in everything. I'm always in the realms, so yeah. Yeah, Mary Jane is best. Yeah, I don't really, honestly, yeah, I'm Mary Jane, girl. This show used to, before it was called Mystical Era, it used to be Mom 420 back in the days. So yeah, I used to educate on the plant, all the time. It was a big thing for me, and then I was a grower and everything. But yeah, I am gonna go get some cream somewhere, somehow. I'm going to count my change. Dang. I think I must sometimes, some days. Mary Jane shoes. That would be cool. I would love Mary Jane shoes. Wonder if they got them in like a pair of Vans or something like that. That would be kick butt. Huh, Zena? London had a Mary Jane bandana, but it tore the other day. I'm gonna have to get everyone's Christmas presents after Christmas, because right now, my goodness. Northern Lights for the low. Blue Dream. That's one of my faves. I'm on a constant. I don't want to claim that. My body, I've observed, is on a constant battle. I've lost a lot of weight lately. So, it's been a challenge. I have to get back and get some tests done and see what's going on, everything. So, we'll see. But it's been a challenge. I've been observing some challenges. I don't like to give anything credit, give any titles to anything, or nothing like that. I do everything natural, so it's like, I'll let the doctors find out what's going on, and I just got to give my body what it needs, and then, yeah. Well, thank you. Well, you guys, anyways, you can always tell the trolls. I appreciate you trolls, but I don't respond to you. But you might have that, because I don't know if you're aware of this. I'm actually interviewed, studied, researched. Do you know what a reflector by genetic design is? It's mirrored. It means that I'm not built like 99.99% of the other human beings. And if my adopted mom is still on here, Marsha, she'll tell you that this is very true, scientifically true. That when you gaze at me, so if you're watching this and you see things, then that's your problem. Because I'm a reflector, that means I'm a mirror. You can't see me. You can't read me. You no matter what. You can't even make guesses, because the moment you do, you get ridiculous things like that come out of your mouth, and then you just tell on yourself. So, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Go have a bath, shower, do something, man. It's pretty important to do that. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm a reflector by genetic design. Warning to all trollers. It's not worth your time, dudes. You're going to embarrass yourselves. What I would do if you do want to do is just come out sincere, and then maybe I could help you. It's so entertaining. I love my life. It's so good that I learned this about myself. It's helped tremendously, and it makes comedy worth amazing. I look in the mirror every day, and because I get to read myself, it's beautiful. I love it. It's so beautiful. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so amazing. But hey, you might want to stop, because you're going to have a hard day. Anyways, trust me, you'll have a really hard day. It's just not worth becoming that. Don't draw a line, bro. Be kind to yourself, okay? Be good. Anyways, you guys, make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you're valuable and you matter. You're all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. Thank you to the trolls and all of the fans. You guys only help my algorithm and make everything gain. Thanks for the finances and all that. Peace and love.